friends, this is Wani and welcome to Wani's house. Today I'm going to show you a very quick recipe for one of our favorite chickens that I make, and it's a slowly baked chicken, and it bakes up very slow and it creates its own juices. So I don't need the juice that I am going to use for our mashed potatoes. So the items that you're going to need for this recipe are you're going to need a bell pepper. This is actually a half a bell pepper. I generally use like a quarter of a bell pepper, but because I want a lot of juice and I want the juice to be really thick, I'm going to use a half a bell pepper for this. I'm going to use a whole onion. I have 5 cloves of garlic, and this is my onion soup mix. You can use Lipton onion soup mix. You can get whatever the generic brand you get from Kroger's or Ralph or wherever you go, or you can get the ones that's from the Dollar Tree. I think this is one of the ones that's from the Dollar Tree. In that box, you get 3 packets in a box, so I think that's a great deal. And then you're gonna need your chicken. So right here, I have a family pack of chicken wings, and that is what I'm going to do. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to clean your chicken. So I'm going to take it out of this pack, wash it up, and rinse it with some vinegar. And then I'll be back. Okay, so here are all of my chicken pieces, and I'm just going to fold the wings back like this and place them down. Alright, so have all the chicken down. So now we need to get our spices. Now, you can use whatever types of seasoning that you like for this. I'm gonna keep it really simple because the onion soup mix has a lot of salt in it. So I'm just gonna lightly salt this the chicken, and this is just with some Cajun seasoning. So I'm put that on very lightly, and I'll have some black pepper here. So that's just a little sprinkling of the black pepper. And then I'm going to add some garlic powder. I don't use garlic salt. I only use powder. So you'll see me using like onion powder, garlic powder, celery seed powder. But lemon pepper. I don't use lemon salt or anything like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of the garlic powder, and I'm going to use some onion powder. Now all of my powders I get from the farmer's market, and this one was for this entire container I paid only $1.45. So that is an awesome deal. So I'm just going to sprinkle the onion powder on here, and whatever we do to the front, you're gonna do the same thing to the back. So with one hand, because I don't want to contaminate my other things, and I'm gonna have to refold that piece here. But I'm just gonna flip my chicken, and I will do the same thing. Lightly season the chicken here with our Cajun seasoning. Wash my hands. Okay, we're gonna put some black pepper on here. Now this recipe is one that I have been doing forever, and it just happened actually when I was cooking, and I needed to run an errand, and so I did not want to turn my stove off, so I put it on really low, and I ran my errand to the store, and it was simply delicious. So this is garlic powder here. I need to fill up my container again, but I have some more garlic powder. And this garlic powder for this container here cost me $2.02. So I think it's more economical if you can get it in a larger quantity and just continue to fill up your containers instead of getting the small containers from like McCormick or whatever that is. If you can get it like this, I would suggest that you do so. Okay, so onion, garlic. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to massage my seasoning into my meat, into my chicken wings here. And I want to get this all in the middle. I'm just going to fold this back. Now I know it may seem like I did not put a lot of seasoning on here, but I promise you that you're going to get a lot of flavor from our onion soup mix, as well as the other items that we're going to add. Okay, so now we have everything massaged into our chicken wings. Wash my hands. Okay, so now here I have my bell pepper, my onion, and my garlic. Now this is really simple, and what you're going to do is, I need a bigger knife. Okay, so with my knife, just going to peel these garlic cloves, and it's just simple. You just pound it and the skin pops off pretty much, and you just peel each one of them. Very easy. Now this is a quick chicken dinner that you can make if you just want something different. Although it's baked, the flavor is totally different, and you can do it with whole chicken pieces. You can do it with the wings like I'm doing it. I have even done it for a party and made the wingettes. It's still great. It's still chicken, and it's always a hit. It really is. Okay, so now that I'm almost done with this garlic, you will begin to so we're going to clean this up. Okay, then we're going to cut the bell pepper. Now you can just cut it in big chunks like this, because what we're going to do, all these items we're going to put into the blender. And I'm using half of my onion, and I think I'm going to use the largest part. Okay, this onion isn't strong here for some reason, but if it was, sometimes there's onions that are entirely too strong and you can't work with it. The one way that I found that worked for me is to put it into the refrigerator, I mean the freezer, for about 5 minutes, and that will help with the burning of the onion. The what is it? The scent won't be so bad. I think it works. It may be an old wives' tale, and actually this skin is kind of difficult to get off here. And you're gonna do the same thing anyway. I think it's easy. There we go. So get all that, and you can just cut this onion up in chunks also, because that too is gonna go into the blender. Okay. So they can be huge chunks. It doesn't matter. Okay. So this is trash. And here is all of our ingredients for our sauce. Okay, so I have my carafe here for my blender, and I am going to fill it up with water here, and I'm gonna put like 2 cups. So that's 16 ounces of water. Okay, so right there, all this is my trash. Okay, so right here is my blender. I'm going to remove this. Okay, so in my blender here, so I'm going to add all of my bell peppers here. Make sure you get all of the veins of the bell pepper out. So that's my bell pepper. Here are my onions. Put that in there. And my garlic. Okay. Very simple. This really would take you about 5 minutes to do. And then lastly, we're gonna have our onion mix. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to puree all these ingredients in the blender. Okay, so now all these ingredients are pureed. We're gonna add our Lipton onion soup mix. Okay. Plus press puree again. It's all done. That is it. You are going to be amazed at how all those flavors meld together when it's cooking with this chicken. So we're gonna turn this way. Okay, now here's our chicken here. I'm gonna put my oven on, and I'm gonna have it at 375 degrees. Okay, and then here's our sauce here, and you just put it all over your chicken. Okay. Don't leave any of this goodness in here. We want all of that. We want all of that out. Okay. Now, this is gonna cook for This is going to cook for about an hour and a half at 375 degrees. We're going to cover it. If you have a glass top that is oven safe, you can use that. I'm going to use aluminum foil. I do have a top, but I think it's something about the aluminum foil that I think seals in the flavors better. And when the meat begins to sweat, it goes back into the pan. It just may be me, but I like this method better. So I'm going to place it here in my oven. All right. Set my timer. For hour and a half. All right, I'll see you shortly. Now I've changed my settings now for my oven. I'm taking it now to 425 degrees, and that's for the next 35 minutes. All right, so it's been about an hour since I've placed this chicken in here, and the house smells so good. So now I'm taking off. I have taken off the aluminum foil, and so for the remainder of the time, I'm gonna cook this down with no covering on it. That way the sauce will thicken, and we will begin to get some browning on the chicken, and it will cook down into a really thick sauce. And it's just going to be amazing. So make sure you do this if you follow this recipe. Otherwise, you're going to have a very soupy, wet chicken, and I don't like wet meat. So we're going to cook this down. All right, so here is the final reveal here, and I want you to see this gravy that it makes. This gravy is so good over rice. We're gonna have ours over some mashed potatoes, and we're gonna have broccoli. And like I said, this is something you can put in your oven and just chill and not have to worry about it that much. Now I want to tell you what I did have to do, because for some reason my stove wasn't cooking properly. I raised my temperature up to 480. I'm going to call my uncle over here, and so that it can brown and it cook it down more like this, like it's supposed to be. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this really quick recipe. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you try it, let me know. I would love to hear what you think about this. Like I said, it's one of our favorite dishes, and I am so excited to share it with you. So if you're new to Wani's house, I would love for you to subscribe. Thank you for all my returning subscribers. You guys are simply awesome. Also, I want to thank you guys for all the kind words and encouragement regarding Puda. She is having a great time. And as always, guys, the next time you're in town, you can always stop by Wani's house. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.